Hello everyone. This is kind of like a re-record of a video I did. I don't know, it was probably like almost 2 months ago. I went to go upload it a month ago and somehow it was completely disappeared. Yes, it was completely disappeared. I must have accidentally deleted it when I was going through deleting videos that I wasn't going to use for anything. But this is just a pickup I got from a Salvation Army. A little bit of a backstory about it. My sister and my mom kind of co-own like a little, not a thrift store, because technically I think thrift stores have to be related to a charity, but it's for profit, so it's like a secondhand store, I guess you would call it. And I kind of help out there a couple days a week, just so they have less of a cost. And one day I was there, and my mom came in with this box of stuff, and she said, somebody donated a bunch of games down at the Salvation Army, downtown in the town that I don't live there right now, but the town where the store is. So she comes in and she has this box of stuff, and she said somebody donated a bunch of stuff and I should go check it out. She was going to watch the store for me while I went and checked everything out. I had everything backed up because I had recorded this previously. Hopefully this doesn't screw up and get out of sync. So I have everything boxed up with other stuff, so I have to kind of dig through and find the stuff that she brought in and I got. And some of the stuff I already sold, so I won't have that, but I mean, if you are a fan of the video game sellers, you probably saw some of the stuff that I had sold to Scott. Anyways, she comes in and tells me this and has this box of stuff, and I kind of glanced in the box. I was kind of in a hurry to get down there and see what they had. But she had bought this box of stuff, and it had some games and a couple other things in it. I'll show you these ones first. And she paid $8 for all of this. It was FX Fighter for the PC. Not these. That was something different. That was something different too, and so was that. Star Crusader, which is actually it's one of my favorite Wing Commander like rip-off games. Not really rip-off, but kind of like a clone. It's a space sim. It's really good. There's one part in the game though that really annoyed me. There's a part where you go into, I don't know if it's optional to do that mission or not, but you go into this mission and it kind of like just cuts out and says that part of the story is continued in some other, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like a expansion or a sequel to it, but I don't think they ever made it, so it's kind of disappointing, but I still like this game. Then there was Renegade Battle for Jacob's Star. Never played that. Hell, a cyberpunk adventure, or a cyberpunk thriller, which I wanted to get this game anyways. And then this one, which I thought was kind of funny that it was there, because this Salvation Army is run by a church. I think all Salvation Armies are run by churches. But I just kind of thought it was funny that this one was here, although it doesn't actually have the game in it. But it's Virtual Vixens, which is apparently an interactive adventure game, but it's like technology acclaimed to be as close to genuine VR sex as current technology will allow. Apparently, Electronic Games magazine really liked this game or something. I don't know. But yeah. I would have actually like tried it out and maybe did like a little gameplay footage, you know, without like any naughty bits showing, but it's not in there. So, and I actually really couldn't find anything online about that. And then there was this, which, hold on, a Telegames version in television. I don't know left and right, which is kind of cool. Yeah, with 2 controllers for it. I have not tried this out, so I don't know for certain if it works. It's on my list of things to do, and you probably couldn't hear that because of crackle. And then it came with 2 copies of Space Armada 1. The box is completely crushed. The other is pretty good shape. A copy of Donkey Kong, Space Hawk, Night Stalker, Reversi, however, and then Super Video Arcade Poker and Blackjack. And this, I have no idea how the game would actually play, but I mean, to me it kind of looks like a little bit like a Donkey Kong type of a rip-off game, but it's, I don't know if it's new. I don't know if new is like part of the game title, or part of just like saying it's new, but new Beauty and the Beast. And if you look at this box art, that is pretty cool. I love that box art right there. So she got that for $8, and then I ran down to the Salvation Army store, and I got in there, and some guy was checking out and buying. I didn't really like look into the box he was buying, but he had a box full of stuff, and I could see some Sega Genesis games in it. But I don't know what all I bought, because I wasn't going to be looking in there as he already bought it, so it doesn't matter what game it is. It's not mine, so I just didn't want to know, you know. I would rather not know I missed a really good game than know I missed it. And then when I was there, I was kind of looking around seeing if I could find anything else, and I found a Model 1 Sega Genesis with a Sega CD, Model 1 Sega CD attachment connected. I don't know, that they didn't have a price on it. And then I saw a box that had a box Sega Saturn and a few games. It had, right now the only thing I can remember is Fighting Vipers and a boxed copy of Knights with the 3D controller, and can't think, Panzer Dragoon, but it was just like the first Panzer Dragoon, it wasn't Saga. And I kind of like left it sit there, and because I was debating about picking it up. I already have a Saturn, and I don't know, I just was like debating about it. I was kind of like annoyed that I thought I missed everything but that. But then they brought in this buggy, or shopping cart, if you don't call them buggies, whatever, full of other stuff. And I started digging around in there and sorting through stuff. And I end up finding, I sorted out a Jaguar and a bunch of games, and like a Sega Master System, first a Model 1 Sega Master System, a Model 2 Sega Master System, and a big box of game, maybe 40 or so games. And then there was a Virtual Boy with a couple games, what else was there? A model, I think it was a Model 2 Sega Genesis with a Model 2 Sega CD. A games.com handheld system. There's a couple other things like that. This was like a couple months ago, so it's kind of hard to remember offhand. There's a couple things like that, and I just was sorting through, seeing what there was, I was kind of debating about getting everything, but I didn't know what they were going to charge for everything. And I didn't want to spend too much money. But as I was like sorting, I'd gotten done sorting and I was debating about what I wanted to buy. Some guy I know came in. He does like auctions and stuff, and he goes to thrift stores and pawn shops and stuff, and he leaves his number down. Gives them all his number to call them when they get video game stuff in. And so he comes in and he says, "Oh, I should have figured you were here." And I was like, "Oh, hi." And I'm like, "No, they got all this stuff. I'm trying to decide what all I want." And he's like, "Well, I'll make it easy for you. I'm taking these." And he pulled the stuff, and I'm like, I was like shocked because I thought we were kind of friends-ish, and he was gonna be a pain about it. So I was like, well, I could just be like, I was here first. I'm getting all this stuff, And he's like, well, they called me first, and I was like, well, I was standing here when they called you. I was sorting through all this crap. And so we kind of like, talked about it, and we decided to split it. I wasn't really interested in a lot of the stuff that they had, just because, I don't know, I just wasn't at the time. So I picked out the Jaguar and all the Jaguar games, and I picked out a stack of Sega Genesis games, which Scott actually bought most of the ones I got. And what else did I get? I got a Virtual Boy game, and he took everything else. I should have got both. I should have gotten the Master System stuff too, but I didn't. So I'll show you the Jaguar stuff now. Let's see, this was in this was, like I said, I got some other stuff in here that I have to set aside because I have all this stuff piled in this box. Hold on. I'm getting there. Hold on. Why do I have Rescue Heroes? Oh, that was in that thing. Never mind. I should have did this. I forgot I had all this crap in this box. Alright, hold on. Okay. Jaguar games. There's a box full of Jaguar games. And the Jaguar itself, it's in pretty good condition. I mean, just a little dusty. I think a lot of this dust is actually just from sitting here. Probably not. It was dusty when I got it. You probably can't hear any of this, but it has a rattle in it. I did test this out and played all the games, and it works good, although the RF out on this thing is crap. I was trying to make a video, a composite video cable for it, but I have yet to get the connector. You just have to solder a couple things to a connector that fits on the back of here, and you can make a composite cable for it. I haven't done that yet. I still want to do it, but I just am so busy with other stuff, school and stuff. So it came with that. It came with the power cable and the RF module. Can't see me. The power cable and the RF modulator. 2 controllers. Hold on one second. And then let's show you the games, because that's, yeah. The RF modulator, the power cable, and the 2 controllers. And then it came with the Jaguar games that Scott showed off in his pickup video. I think it was like his greatest pickup of all time or something. was what he called it. And then it came with cannon fodder, which I used to play this a lot on the PC. It's freaking awesome. Cybermorph, Tempest 2000, Iron Soldier, Super Burnout, Flashback. This one, well, I'll do that one last. Defender 2000 and Troy Aikman Football. Remember him? Neither do I, but I didn't watch football. And it came with the little controller insert for Iron Soldier and Cybermorph, and all the games had manuals. Most were in fairly decent shape. Some of them were in less than decent shape, but most were in decent shape. And then it had this game, which is, when I saw this I was like, is this a Cheetah Men game? Trevor, if I can get the glare down, Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy. But I mean, it looks to me, when I saw that artwork I was like, is this a Cheetah Men game? But it's, that was awkward. And the audio is probably completely desynced now. Yes, that's awesome. It's a space shooter. It was weird, and that also had a controller insert. And then also I picked up Powermonger. Was, I think, the only Sega Genesis game that I did not sell to Scott, that I got there. And I got, no, that wasn't that. What was it? Oh yeah, Vertical Force for the Virtual Boy, which I only got this. Like, I don't know anything about Virtual Boy games and which ones are rare and so forth. I only picked this up because it was an import version. This is the Japanese Vertical Force. So I was like, if they imported it, you know, maybe it's rare. So that's why I grabbed this one. So I think, yeah, that's all I got from that thing. But all that stuff that I showed you right there, that was $20. Which is an amazing deal for all that stuff. Plus, there was, I think, like four or five more Sega Genesis games that I had sold to Scott, and I think he bought 4 Jaguar games, which is like Alien vs. Predator, Doom, like Rayman, I think, and something else. I can't remember now. But all those were $20, which was an amazing deal. And I was going to do a really long, massive pickup video to catch up, but I'm going to cut them in different, smaller segments. Like, I'm going to do this one and then do another one. But hopefully this isn't too bad audio-wise. If it is, that's going to suck, because I don't really want to do this a third time. Alright, I checked the audio on that one, and it was pretty decent. The only thing I noticed, I kind of like skipped through a few things. The only thing I noticed when I showed the box art to this game, it kind of completely glitched out the compression codec somehow. So I'm going to try this again. I think it's the foil on the box. It's kind of like saying to the computer. But let's try this again, see if, because this box art is just amazing. Also, I thought, wow, Nintendo's ripping off iMagic because of New Super Mario Brothers, and their iMagic's like, dude, we did that 30 years ago with New Beauty and the Beast. Let's see if we can do this without completely screwing up the compression code. I'm just going to leave this here for like 5 seconds, and hopefully that if it does screw up the compression codec, it compensates. Otherwise, I'll find a picture of this online, or take a picture of it and just put it in with the. Actually, we'll just do this because this doesn't have any foil on it, so it won't completely screw up the compression codec. That is just awesome. I wish I had like a little miniature version of that I could set on my desk. That just looks awesome with the "Help me, I'm falling." It kind of looks like, kind of reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know why, because I barely watched that movie. I think just because it's a red brick building. Not to say that the movie's bad, I just haven't watched it. Yeah, I could probably be done now. I'm gonna go play some video games. Holy crap, so apparently my computer, unless it did it to other things and I didn't notice because I didn't watch the whole 20-minute video yet, but apparently my webcam or my computer or my video codec will not compress properly this image of the box art for this up close. It will not do it. I don't know why, but I forgot that guy that I was mentioning, he picked up everything. He had a giant buggy like piled over full of everything else that was video game related in the store. And while he was, after I paid and I was, I was just kind of standing there waiting around for a minute or two talking to him, and I mentioned that I was like pointing out everything gaming related that I found that I wasn't going to get, and I said, oh, there's that Sega Genesis Model 1 with the Sega CD on the bottom of it. I would have picked that up, but I already have a working Model 1 Sega CD. My Genesis doesn't work though. Like, I think the cart port on it is just really, really dirty or something. So he was like, I would have bought it, but I don't want the Sega CD part. And so he was like, well, here, you take it. So he gave me this. So that was pretty cool. Also, I remember I kind of forgot to mention the Saturn stuff. I was actually going to pick that up, but it disappeared. I don't know. I didn't see anybody buy it. It just kind of disappeared. So I don't know if one of the guys that worked there, if he bought it or took it with him. I don't know. It just disappeared. So I don't know what happened to that. I probably would have gotten it just to have a boxed one. And then there was a box 32X. I forgot about that, but I didn't feel like getting that one. I should have, but like I had to borrow the money off my mom when she came into the store because I didn't have a lot of cash on me, and I don't think that they take like debit cards. And I just didn't feel like using her money. So alright, so unless I'm forgetting something else, this should be the end of that video. And I'm gonna do, right now a friend just got online probably 10 minutes ago, and we're gonna play some Battlefield. So I'll probably do the other videos I was gonna do tomorrow or something, hopefully.